welcome to another video on my channel. So today we are still here in Santa Cruz, but we will drive about 135 kilometers to the eastern foothills of the Andes, and there we will go to visit Samaipata, a pre-Inca ruin. So let's hop into the bus. Just arrived here at Samaipata, and we went up a really winding road in the mountains, and it was so incredibly bumpy, and we jumped all the time. The dirt and stones, they fell on the road, and even one time we slid with the car directly away. But now we arrived here after about a 3-hour drive, and you can see we're at Samaipata, but unfortunately the weather is really bad. We just have like fog, and it's kind of raining, so we'll see what we can film here. But you can have a look here. We have here the biggest human carved stone in the whole world. It's really incredible. So now let's head for the different Inca ruins and let's see what we can catch there. So we are now walking up to the Inca ruins of Samaipata, and we are at about 2,000 meters above sea level, and we can really see and feel the difference. It is much cooler than in Santa Cruz, and there's fog everywhere. We need to wear our rain jackets. But we are now walking up to El Fuerte de Samaipata, which is a popular tourist destination as it belongs to the UNESCO World Heritage Site. The archaeological site of El Fuerte is unique as it encompasses 3 different cultures: the Chane, Inca and Spanish culture. Although it is called a fort, Samaipata had also religious, ceremonial and residential function. Its construction was probably begun by the Chane, pre-Inca people of pre-Arawak origin. Here we also have ruins of an Inca plaza and residences dating from the late 15th and early 16th centuries, as the Inca Empire expanded eastwards from the Andes highlands into the subtropical foothills. So we are now here at a lookout, and normally we would have a great view over the different mountains, but you can see there's just fog, so we can't see anything. I'm really sorry about this, but we can't change the weather, so I guess we just make the best out of it. You can see this is the view we would normally have from the lookout here, but we can't see anything. As I already said, there's just fog, and we could have a great view onto the Ambaro National Park, which is all this area here. And this is Santa Cruz de la Sierra, where we stayed last night and also yesterday, and we went all the way up to Samaipata, where we have El Fuerte, which is the archaeological site here. So now let's head up to the stairs, because then we will see the Inca ruins.
Alright, so what is very special for this area is that all the dirt is red, and also all the mountains, when there aren't trees on it, are red. So that is very special for here. And as you can see, it is very steep. We must climb all the steps here, and this is because the Incas had built all the places on top of the mountains, so we need to climb on these mountains to see the Inca ruins.
So we just reached the next lookout. You can see here we would have a view over the town Samaipata really in the background, but we can see nothing, like literally nothing. We just have fog, but on this side we can barely like see a kind of mountain shape, but it's kind of sad that we can't see anything, because normally, as I already said, there would be really great views. And this is a really popular site for tourists because you have all those Inca ruins, and this is the most famous site to visit Inca ruins in Bolivia. So yeah, you see that this is really an important spot here. But I guess we just move on and see if we actually can see something, or if it is still like this all the time. Okay, so the next spot on the way is an echo site, so we can just scream into the mountain and it would just come back. I think we'll just try it out because I'm not sure if it will work with the fog and if you can hear it on the camera, but let's just try it. Hello people! It's kind of getting back, but yeah, I didn't scream that loud, so I guess you wouldn't hear it in a really long distance. But yeah, now let's continue this way and let's see if there are some other spots. So you may remember at the beginning I showed you a stone which I said was the biggest stone carved by humans, and this is actually the space where we can see the real stone. It is 220 meters long and 65 meters wide. You can see this is the picture how it would normally look, but of course with all the fog we cannot really see anything. But El Fuerte is divided into two main areas, and this is one of the main areas, also called the main rock. So this is where we could see the carved rock. So we just came from a lookout right above here, and we just came to the next one, and we have a slightly better view because we are now closer to the carved rock, and we can kind of see different things at the rock. For example, right there at the left we can see a jaguar, and yeah, the other things are right on the back, so we can't really see them, but we will continue our way and see if we can see other things. It is really sad that we exactly this day have this fog here. I mean, we are so unlucky, but okay, we can't help the weather, so let's just continue our way. So here at the side of the walk we have different niches, as you can see, and this is where the people, they have this roof, and this is where religious rituals were practiced. It is really interesting.
Right under the carved rock we have huge landscapes full of grass, and the people of the earlier times, they used these grasslands for agriculture, so they harvested different plant products for eating. So right behind me you can see the Samaipata fort, and the Spaniards built the settlement, and there are the remains of the buildings of the typical Arab Andalusian architecture. And the Spaniards soon abandoned the fort and moved to a nearby valley, establishing the town of Samaipata in 1618.
Here you can kind of see that the rock was red, as you can see in those rectangulars, and now it is completely covered with moss, and it is like dark and green and not even red. So there are different Europeans while exploring this archaeological site, and they tried out different products to make the rock red again, and there you can see those different rectangulars in the rock, and yeah, it didn't work, and they do need a lot of money to get this red color back, and there's no one who could afford or support this work. So yeah, the rock stays just like this until they find someone to help them with money. So as you can see, this sign indicates us Las Terrazas de Cultivo Agrícolas, and this is, as G already mentioned, where the people just planted all their fruit. In this rock there were carved some seats in, and archaeologists, they presume that there were people be sitting and watching right over here, because there's the marketplace, and to the right there's an assembly place. There was the military sleeping, and right in the back, I'm not quite sure if you can see it, there's the second largest building in Bolivia, which is preserved as an Inca site, and it is really impressive to see all those ruins. As we already said, in the middle there was a Spanish house, and it is flanked on the two sides by the Inca houses, and this on the right is the best preserved Inca house on this archaeological site. It is really impressive. I mean, we can see all the doors, the windows, and the walls, the stones. Wow, incredible. So we did did like a course around this carved rock and we just finished it. We had an awesome time here. And now we are going to drive about 20 minutes to the town Samaipata, where we are going to have some lunch. So let's head for that. After a short drive through the mountains, we finally arrived here in Samaipata, which is a town where about 25 nationalities live together. So we are now at the city center, as you can see. This is like the main place where the people meet. And the restaurant where we're going to eat is right over there. It's called La Cacana, and it actually belongs to a German person. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to eat. And yeah, let's have a look at this place here and then head directly for the restaurant. Just finished our lunch and it was just awesome. We had a typical Bolivian lunch, so it was a quinoa soup at the beginning, and then we had some meat mixed with rice and potatoes and a lot of other things, and it was really yummy. And now we are going through the town and looking at the museum. After the visit to the museum in Samaipata, we now had a short drive and we are at Las Cuevas, which is a waterfall. And there are actually many waterfalls, and we're going to visit them, and we're going to reach the first waterfalls in a few minutes. So let's head for that.
As we're already said, we are at Las Cuevas, a pleasant walk-by stream with waterfalls and more. And there are, as you can see behind me, several pools and beaches where the local people swim and disport themselves.
From our day in Samaipata, and we're now back in the hotel. Although we didn't have so much luck with the weather, I still enjoyed this day and I hope you did too. And if yes, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. So tomorrow we will fly to Sucre, which is Bolivia's capital. So definitely stay tuned for this vlog tomorrow. Until next time.